Hello everybody, welcome to the weekly Wednesday reading. As you join this video, I am clearing any energies, any emotions that are not of the highest and greatest good, that are in alignment with your soul's growth and evolution. And I'm also clearing my channel so that the messages that come through me are in the highest alignment with all those that find this video. And remember that time is fluid, so no matter when you find this video, there will be something here for you. And always use your discernment so that you take what is resonant and then leave the rest. So we have just entered September, and this has felt like such a big shift in energy from August. And also, there is this really high speed ahead kind of a momentum happening. A lot of people are, getting their kids, getting ready to go back to school, or they have started back to school. And, it just creates this kind of feeling of a new year again. And it really is this way when we come to, the spring. It's like the momentum of energy in the springtime, and then there's a momentum of energy in the fall as well. So we are really at a time with all of the energies that are at play because we have the eclipses and we have the autumn equinox coming this month. And we're in a triple energy of the 9 this month when we come into September 9th. And then this year is a 9 year. So we are really in a time where the energy is really supporting us to reset, and it's really an opportunity to shift and change once and for all because the energy of completion is so strong. And if we can reframe that energy of completion in a way to perceive it as an opportunity for new beginnings, because next year, as we move into 2026, we're going to be moving into the year of the 10 or the year of the 1. And, the 1 is all about planting seeds, new beginnings. And this year has kind of been that preparatory phase of really aligning ourselves and really coming into what our truth is and coming into our authenticity, reclaiming our voice. I'm seeing more and more people that have been in my world stepping into leadership, sacred leadership, and it's so beautiful to see the community growing all over the world. And, this is what we are here for. This is what it's all about. So, knowing that September holds this immense energy for transformation, and it's also like a springboard to move you in the direction of your destiny, to get you into your highest alignment so that you can show up really vital, really strong, really empowered in the knowingness of who you are with strong boundaries, clear energy. And this is really important during this month of September to clear your energy and to really be aware of energetics because it does represent 9 is the subtle body. It does represent energetics. So really being mindful if you have any energy practices that you do to do clearings in the morning, clearings after you go out and you are with other people, clearings in the evening before bedtime. So all of this can really support you to come into a clear state of being a channel of divine expression. So we're going to get right into some of the cards here. So I'm being drawn to a new deck today. It's the Unicorn Oracle. And so we're going to call in that magical energy and the unseen realms, really tapping into what the message is from the unicorns for us at this time to align with our highest truth and to really be supported. The one is flipping passion. That's great. Okay. So to really be supported during this eclipse time. So passion, do what excites you, get fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. So, fire is that energy of transformation. We are in it. We are in, this wave. It's really going to be stronger and stronger as we get closer to the first eclipse on September 7th, also moving to September 21st. So it's a really big window of time that goes all the way into October. And, when we start to tap into what we're passionate about, we really allow ourselves a new state of expression. Because a lot of the times, we're running through life in a stress state or in an overwhelmed state or, worry, these kinds of things, and taking life a little too seriously. So, this is really that reminder to come back to your passion, come back to something that makes you feel that burning within, that makes you like amped up in your own energy. And this is really going to help you to ride the wave of the momentum of this eclipse time. So, we're going to ask for some supporting cards now as we move through this. Okay. So we've got hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. Okay. I also want to say that the light is all around us. It's not up, it's not down. It's inside and it's all around us. So, if you are feeling like you're losing hope and things are really tough right now, if there has been some struggles, this is all part of that shedding process, part of the completion process. So if you can move your and shift your attention into something that lights you up, it's going to really assist you to get through any of this kind of struggle or hard time that you have been experiencing. So the next one is miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. Such an important message. A lot of the times we think we need to know all the steps. We need to know how to get there, what to do. And, being in the coaching industry, mentorship industry, there's a lot of teachings around how to do this, how to do that, and whatnot. And I really feel like this message has been coming through so strongly in so many of these videos about the 144,000 star seeds that are here to create the foundation of the new earth. And to know that the how you don't need to know. However, second how, however, you are here to create something new. So to be also open to be a channel for that new expression to come through you. So maybe you've studied a lot of different modalities and you have a lot of, tools in your toolkit. And this is really about standing on your own 2 feet now and starting to self-empower through the gifts that you've been given, right? All of these tools are foundational for you to be the biggest and strongest and most radiant emanation of your own divinity, right? So just allow yourself that space to be that clear channel. So again, it's like, what is lighting you up? What is lighting you up? Move towards that. Miracles are on the way. Let go of needing to know how they are coming. Know that you have prayed for what you've prayed for, and it's time to release it. Loosen your grip. So imagination, envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream, believe in unlimited possibilities. So this goes along with the hope. It really does. It's really about visualizing your future as you want to experience it and feeling it as though it is already here. That part is so important. And it really, there's also this whole aspect of mindset is everything. Mindset. Yes, and also no. Our mind is so powerful. Our mind can pull us out. Our mind can, redirect us. Our mind can take a downward spiral. It can also bring us up. However, everything is energy. So when it comes down to it, the energetics are what is important. So it's just, again, this reminder coming through in this month of September to up your practices when it comes to energetic etiquette or spiritual etiquette, to connect you in and link you into source energy, to link you into, the cosmic lineage, to link you into the earth and the 5D grid, to open your heart and be that emanation and expression of who you're here to be. It's like that reminder throughout the day. And, also, it does not have to be a very long practice. We're coming out of that age of the Piscean era where it was all very disciplinary. And yes, we require discipline, especially now with meditation, with clearing our energy field, with being more aware. Yet, if we can bring a lightheartedness to it and almost like a sacredness, a reverence, and then also just an upliftment to these practices, right? it can be very simple. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out practice. It can be a 5 minute reset, you know? So finding what works for you. I have many tools that I share. So if this is something that you would like to delve deeper into and require some support in, I'm going to drop a link in my description so you can also book a one-to-one session with me if that's something that you feel called to do. So we're going to get some extra information coming through now from the Star Child Oracle. This is one of, right away, every time I shuffle this deck, they just fly out because they know. So arise, know and flow as the love you are and bliss. Okay, so we got the dolphin energy, right? That's really a place of unconditional love. And we are supported by that Lemurian energy right now. So telepathy, and you're going to notice this more and more through the eclipse season, telepathy being strong and coming in more clearly than ever before. Synchronicities, they've just been the new normal for a long, long time now. So if you've been, watching my videos, it's something I talk about regularly. And I know that those of you that are in this world with me, this community, we're all in this together and all having these experiences where we're seeing, triple digits, rolling numbers, and we're seeing the same numbers again and again, or we're thinking of people and then they show up in our field, opportunities show up and we've actually thought of them, right? It's more and more the norm because this is actually us coming back into our original blueprint. This is not something that is, even though miracles, we can use that word, it's not like it's a miracle. It really is our original blueprint. Yes, it's a miracle that we're finally coming back to it and we're waking up out of, our slumber and releasing the illusion and coming into the illuminated self. Absolutely. So just knowing that coming back to your heart will support you again and again and again. So if you struggle with opening your heart, if you feel contracted, if you feel tense, if you get stressed out easily, relaxing the body first and foremost is always encouraged. If you have pets, that is the quickest way to, just slip into that state of relaxation, petting your pet, opening your heart. Children, same thing, it's like coming into a space where you can actually, if you don't have these externals to support, coming into the space within your heart and actually breathing into the space of your heart. So you can come internally and then close your eyes, visualize from your heart center that you're inhaling and expanding the heart in all directions. Let the energy of your heart move through every single cell and fiber of your being to the edge of your body. And then as you exhale, you send this heart energy out in all directions into your auric field beyond the body. So you can do this breath a few times, and it's really a place of stillness and presence when we come into the heart center. So placing your hands on your heart can be very helpful. It's like this quick way of centering ourselves back into stillness. When everything's all over the place and we're scattered, it's easy to just, feel discombobulated in many ways. So just coming back into the heart, holding our heart, being with our presence, being with our breath, and then practicing that breath to expand the heart. And to also, as you're creating the heart energy around the magnetic field of your body, it's creating a stronger field, like a stronger boundary, so that you're only letting in which is of wholeness, truth, and love. So really setting that intention as you work into that breath as well will be very supportive. Okay, so now we have family of light, signs, guidance, innate, and ancient wisdom. So this is also a number 11 card. So it's the gateway, right? The gateway. And your family of light, your team is around you. Also, those in the body at this time that are your soul family, those are the ones that, spend more time with right now. It's really important to make these connections and to nourish them and to be there for each other at this time. And the signs are there and the guidance is there. Really, it's all found within, and this ancient wisdom, these codes of wisdom are within you, and they're just waiting to be birthed through you. So when you connect in to both your family that is in the invisible realms, right, your family of light, and those soul family members that are here on the earth with you at this time, it's going to strengthen those gifts. It's going to strengthen your ability to receive the guidance, because you are now allowing yourself to be aware of the seen and the unseen. And you're also, as you're linking with soul family, you're connecting in that frequency where this is that new reality, where we are being guided, where we are strengthening our gifts and abilities, and we are birthing this new consciousness on earth. So the other card that fell out, of course, dream for the new earth, time now for a magical life, the Syrian emissaries. Yeah, the Syrian energy is very strong. It's been strong, throughout the 8-8 portal time, the whole Lion's Gate. And it continues, right? So some of you may have Syrian ties. You might be linked in and connected into Egyptian energy. So if you feel linked into Egypt, go there in your meditations, bring some visualization through, when you start to see yourself walking through the temple, see yourself in the Great Pyramid between the paws of the Sphinx, and see what comes through for you during your meditation, right? Just take a few minutes to really guide yourself there. And just sometimes you won't receive the messages immediately, right? You can just ask your guides. Ask your guides to receive a message. If you have a question, you can ask them. And then when you journey to these locations that are connected in, to the Syrian energy, you can also just receive without necessarily having messages that come through immediately. There's been so many times in my life where I've done, journeys or meditations, and it's like I'm in a state of what Osho calls no mind. No mind is where, it's like you're beyond the fluctuations of the mind, and it's like there's this stillness, and it's like you're in the gap, right? You're in the void. So when you're in that space of stillness, there is an opportunity to receive a lot of information, and it may not actually be something that is in your conscious awareness as it's happening. And this has happened to me many times where I go into that space of the void or of no mind. And, the whole journey, it feels like, maybe I had kind of an out of body experience, or I was just like completely just present but clear. And then it's like more information unfolds from that journey, from that experience, within the next couple of days, within the next couple of weeks. So just know and trust that everything that is meant for you is coming your way, and to be open to receive, and to be open to up level yourself, because this is the time. This is the time that we're in right now. Okay, so this card has already come through. We're going to ask for a couple of more supporting cards. So just take a couple of deep breaths, open up into your heart space, place your hands on your heart, and exhale through your mouth. Anchor and root yourself into the earth. Okay, the next card's coming through. These cards come through a lot. Travel. So we already talked about travel in the etheric realms through your meditation, and I know this one's come through many times. So you may have connection into the dragon realm. You may have a guardian dragon that you work with. You can ask your dragon to take you to different places during your meditation as well. Many things can be revealed through this, and know that you can pick up keys and codes for your own soul's evolution by doing these journeys, by doing these journeys that are not necessarily, feet on the land, so to speak. However, you may be feeling that call to go to sacred land. You may be feeling that call to go to specific locations on the earth right now. And this has come in so many times. So for those of you that are feeling that call, it's really time to, take action if you are in a space of resistance. If there is something coming up for you that is, blocking you, it's time to clear that away. Get some assistance if you need some assistance with the clearing of that, because it's really important that us star seeds show up to these lands, because it's not just about us picking up the keys and codes anymore. It's about us sharing our frequency and our vibration with the land to light up the 5D grid on the earth, because this is part of that 144,000 star seeds, emanating the light and holding that frequency so that the earth completely shifts into this new frequency. So, inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. The big shifts are here. They are, they are, they are. So, there's a difference I just want to also say about travel with divine timing. Knowing you're meant to go somewhere, feeling the call, and also knowing that it's not exactly time, right? So being very aware of, is it that, or am I resisting? Am I blocking myself? Do I have fear that's coming up around it that's blocking me from saying yes to something that is actually in alignment for my soul? So that's something to reflect on as well. Divine cosmic mother womb, you are loved, you are safe, rest now and sleep well. Okay, so the funny thing about sleep well, I don't know how your sleep has been, but mine has not been very consistent for quite some time now. And a lot of us are being woken up in the night to do, work, grid work, etherically, we're being turned on. Maybe there's channeling coming through for you in the middle of the night. So the message coming through is don't resist it. Allow and not worry. So I'm hearing allow it. If you can't sleep, if you're having issues with that, and it's like, you worry about, okay, I have to work tomorrow, will I have the energy, or whatever is coming up for you, just know that you are divinely held. You are divinely held by the cosmic mother womb. You are divinely held by the mother, and you will be able to do whatever you need to do. So, this also is inviting you to rest a little bit more as well. So, taking time, taking some space between all the movement, especially as this eclipse season is amping up, it's going to be going by at a rapid speed as time keeps accelerating. So just find those spaces for yourself to pause. Really find the space for you to nurture and nourish yourself, because we need this. We need this in order to show up in our highest and strongest capacity to hold more space. So it's really, really important that you listen to those cues within your body and really be, responsive to those cues. So now we have multi-dimensional, multiple dimensions, timelines. Be you, don't even try to fit in. This is what we're here for. It's the authenticity. It's the authenticity. So like I was saying at the beginning, we are here to channel a new way. We are here to be our unique divine expression of creation and co-create this blueprint, co-create this frequency that is shifting timelines and, multidimensional timelines. We are right now in a space and time where we are literally jumping timelines every single day. And whether you're aware of it or not, it's happening. I've had moments where I'm seeing different timelines in front of me and I can choose which one to walk on. And then I make the most aligned choice, right? In that moment when that awareness is there. It's not always there on a conscious level, but we have a massive opportunity right now to really step into and rise into that timeline, which supports us the greatest for our full expression. So knowing that all that's required is that presence, that stillness, that rest, that recalibration. And it's coming into that conscious awareness again and again that is going to help you to get there, right? And it's not about the end goal, it's about the next step. So it will help you to choose the next step. When you're confused, when you're lost, when you don't know where you're going, you don't know what the next step is. A lot of us are in this position right now. I don't know what's next. And we have so many choices. Even if they're not presenting themselves, this is the nature of the multiple timelines and the multidimensional realms that are now being exposed in a good way, like in our lives, where we have access to our guides, to our angels, to our star lineage, to our galactic family. Like there is so much support right now. So, in those moments when you feel lost, know that the multidimensional is you and the multidimensional is all around you. And all it takes is some stillness, some rest, a pause, tuning into that heart breath again, right? Coming into that space of the heart being open so that you can truly receive that next step. Key to your freedom. It is the key. It's the key to your freedom. It truly is. Healed inner child, create inner safety and self-kindness. So this comes through as well because when you're not in the present moment, you are replaying your past. So everything I was just talking about, coming into the breath, into a pause, into stillness, this is going to support you into your freedom of creating a new paradigm, a new experience, not repeating the old and regurgitating the same experiences again and again and again. It's time for you to be that clear channel. And in order for you to be that clear channel, it requires you to be free, free from the bondage of the past, free from the emotions of the past, free from those past experiences that hold you hostage to those same ways of being again and again, right? That are not actually getting you anywhere. So come back to stillness, come back to the present moment, meditate, clear your energy field, be aware. Keep coming back to that conscious awareness, and the road to freedom is there. And I know somewhere in this, in all of these messages that we got, there was the visualization card that came through. Imagination was one of them, right, with this. So imagining from this place of stillness, from this space of clarity, of being in the present moment, imagine that highest timeline, that reality, the world you want to live in. There are still light workers that are focusing on the crumbling and the fall of what is happening and acting as, whistleblowers and putting it out there and talking about it and, you know, in a way that it's like masked as if they're not in fear, but there's an anger behind it. There's still this emotion that is tying them to a past, because that is the past and that is crumbling. That is going to fall away regardless. It is going to fall away. And what's required for that to completely fall away is for us to come into inner alignment, to focus on our life and how we can be in service for the highest and greatest good of all of humanity. Because if we're focused elsewhere, if we're focused on what's not going right, we just keep perpetuating what's not going right. And it will show up in your own life in little ways, things not working out, not getting your way, not feeling good, having, a physical malady, whatever it is, it's going to happen in that way until you flip the script and you focus. You focus your attention on why you came here at this specific time on planet Earth. You are chosen. We are all chosen, and we chose to be here. So it's time to answer that call to clean up, the residual of the past, and know that because we're in this 9 cycle of completion throughout this year, and specifically in September, there are going to be old programs and patterns resurfacing, and it's just this residual release, this residual shedding of the old. And a lot of us, as I've said again and again, are in 2 worlds, the new world and the old world, and it's like the shedding and that residual is still happening as we're experiencing new frequency, new energy, expansion, bliss, joy, freedom, love, all of those beautiful things, and then we're unable to sustain it fully, and then it's like we come back into it because maybe we're exhausted, and then that old stuff comes up again, or we're needing time to integrate, so we don't have that full capacity to stay in this frequency. But that prophecy of the 144,000 is eventually the 144,000 are in this frequency and maintain it and hold it and are key pillars of this new paradigm that we are creating together. Okay, stepping stones. Take the next step. Let go of the old paradigm. Oh my God. I just, I really think these are my favorite cards, no matter what. So, yes. So, that's it, right? Let go of the old paradigm, and all you need to know is the next step. That's all you need to know, and that's all you need to do is take it. Synchronicity, opportunities, and divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. So I feel like this is really important right now during eclipse season to be open to change. Things can change really abruptly, really quickly, and some things you might not see coming. So just know that that's a possibility as well. And be mindful of when the synchronicities show up, because these are messages from the universe telling you that you're on the path, that you're in alignment, right? It's like having deja vu or having this experience like, oh, I feel like I've been here before. It's affirming that you are in alignment with your soul, okay? You're in your divine design at this time. And just remember again the divine timing coming through. So you might think you need to be somewhere. You might think you should be further on your journey. You might think you should be, whatever. Shoulds are just not, it's just a pressure, right? So remember that the timing is always divinely aligned, and we will always magnetize that reality quickly when we come into alignment. It doesn't mean it'll come immediately when we come into soul alignment, because sometimes things around us have to be rearranged, especially when it's a co-creation between two beings. So if it's about me and I'm collaborating with somebody else and they're not ready and I am ready, that just means that there's more that I can do in the meantime that is going to be of assistance both to me and to them when they are ready to meet me, right? So there's so many aspects to this, to just remember and trust that everything is always divinely timed, always. And it's always about letting go. Okay, so peace beyond survival, peacemaker through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. Okay, so I hear ancient splits, and right now I'm thinking about, ancestral lineage. Okay, and this lion energy, having the courage to stand alone from within your family unit. It's like you're clearing whatever that split was. So bringing peace to whatever that storyline is going to shift you completely. And it's going to shift your entire lineage as well. So some of you may be dealing with survival, fears right now, whether it's financial, locational, where you're living, maybe you're not sure where you're going to be working, or you're not working, or you've lost your job. So there could be some survival stuff coming up. Know that the courage within you is going to get you through, right? And this could also be coming through the storyline of your family, right? So that's a split. It's time to, and again, a very song to say, I can't even say the word, sever the ties. I wanted to say both words together. I know it's a strong word to say sever the ties, and not in a way, so I just want to make this clear. Okay, I've heard this once before and I thought it was brilliant, and I feel it so strongly. We don't cut cords, we dissolve them. Cutting cords causes trauma. So think of a child being born and cutting the umbilical cord and cutting them right off of their supply, right? So it's such a strong way of doing things. So really think of dissolving the old ways, right? So you're resolving these ancient splits, and these are I'm seeing like tears in the timeline. So that's each time I read this, it's like I just kept seeing these tears, like how we have tears in our auric field sometimes. It's like, you think interdimensionally, and there's tears in the timeline, and they're still impacting you, and they're ancient. They're coming from way back in your lineage, right? So this could have been during the time of the war. It could have been during the time of famine. So there are aspects within yourself that are causing fear that have been pulled through your family line. So it's time to step into your royal radiance and courage, right? Coming back into the heart. This lion energy is always about coming back into the heart space and breathing into the heart space and cleaning up that energy. It's time to rewrite that story. It's time. It's time. Okay. So this is the last card that came through. Crystal Child, your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood, and seer. Okay. So just know that as you resolve this old karma, you're coming back to your original blueprint as the starseed that you are, as the crystalline being that you are. And the more that you crystallize your consciousness from carbon-based to crystalline to light body, rainbow light body, the more you will become the seer, the knower, the feeler, the oracle. And everything will be revealed to you in divine timing. Everything. And when you are in alignment with this divine blueprint of your clarity, of your crystalline structure, when you are totally linked in and in the present moment, you can let go. There's no more control. It is a divine surrender. Knowing that you are held by the divine cosmic womb. And when you link into that divine cosmic womb, there's infinite possibilities, infinite potentials in that quantum field to co-create. So we're here for it. This is a really powerful time. So just make sure to take care of yourself, take care of your body, keep coming back to your breath, come back into your heart space, take the rest when you need the rest, drink lots of water, ground in nature, do your practices, clear your energetics day in and day out. It is so important right now to clear our energy field and to really be aware of how our energy moves with us as our physical body moves through time and space. So thank you so much for being here on this reading. Please subscribe again and like this video for more content like this, and I look forward to see you on the next reading.